Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Centigrade. And this is a dramatic thriller about a couple being snowed in on an embankment on the side of the road and being stuck there for days and days and days. And this film is very claustrophobic. It is very particular. It's set in this one place inside this car. And this is from director Brennan Walsh, who is honestly able to build the tension and really makes that aspect of the film work. From a thriller perspective, you feel like you're stuck in here, the tension is high. You're wondering, are they going to make it? And after a while, though, the film gets repetitive because it's literally just them stuck in this car for a good, hour and a little more than an hour and 30 minutes plus of a film. And it's the two of them stuck in there. And unfortunately, from a writing perspective, neither of these particular characters are very likable. And from besides just a human perspective that you don't want to see these two people suffer, it's like you don't really connect well with them. And it's a lot of complaining, a lot of them yelling back and forth at each other, them getting in arguments with each other. And it's interesting because my experience watching Centigrade kind of reminded me of my experience watching the Blair Witch Project. Because I remember watching that for the first time thinking, so many people love this film, thought this was groundbreaking, let's see. And I didn't like it. And honestly, all three of the characters in it were so insufferable and so whiny and just complaining at each other. It was annoying to me, honestly, and I couldn't even take it, and it completely took me out of the movie. A lot of situations like in this film kind of pushed me to that point. There's some plot points that shake things up a little bit and cause a added layer of suspense and thrills and worries into the film, which was interesting because looking at the synopsis, I'm trying to remember if this was how it was phrased on IMDb and on Amazon made it sound like something out of ordinary was going to happen and these other things were coming in, but it's very realistic how this film goes about and things that happen throughout this film. And just from a purely thriller perspective, it has some of those moments. But the thing is, the characters are really unlikable, and it's hard for you to connect with them. And then it does get quite repetitive after a while, and it drags. And it's hard to keep that pace up when it feels like you're just watching the same thing over and over again. But something similar that you would expect to compare this to would be a film like Buried with Ryan Reynolds. At least something new comes up and shakes things up a little bit. And also, Ryan Reynolds is extremely charismatic, and he made the most of that performance. In this film, the two actors, Vincent Piazza and Genesis Rodriguez, do a fine job. It's just that their characters really aren't well fleshed out or well realized or well written, or even written to be likable. So then you don't really connect with them and you don't care that much from anything more than just a purely human perspective. And in the end, Centigrade didn't really work for me. It's probably a pass, and I would honestly recommend passing on it as well. But those are my thoughts on Centigrade. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.